Hey guys, Rexasaur here, and welcome to another unit tactics. This one for the Iceni. This is the last unit tactic I will do for a while. As of next week, I will be doing battle tactics videos to do with the armies that I have created in these unit tactic videos. So, the first one of that will be with the Romans, and then with Carthage, Macedon, back to Iceni, and then I'll carry on. I'll do well, in the beginning of the week I'll do a unit tactic, and then I'll do a battle tactic with that same army, that same faction that I did the unit tactic with in the same week. So that's the way I want it to be. Anyway, so Iceni. Unlike all the previous factions I have done, these are barbarians, so they have something called lack of morale, which they've always had even in the vanilla game of Rome Total War, and yeah, that's sort of just things you have to sort of worry about mostly when creating a such army as the Iceni. So, there are three kinds of generals. We have the Chariot General, which has, well, not a lot of people, but hell, the special rules, there's so many. You have Use the Whip, which increases melee attack, weapon damage, and fatigue resistance. You have the ability to have Flaming Shot because you have javelins. You're resistant to fatigue because, well, you're in a chariot, you're not really running around. You also can fire whilst moving. You've got the Parthian Shot, which is the Cantabarian Circle, which is awesome. Oh no, that's not. Parthian Shot means you can fire anywhere. And resistance to cold because you're an Iceni, so all Iceni troops have resistance to cold, which is sort of mainly used, during the campaign, but during multiplayer can also be used if you know you're fighting on a snow map and you don't know what army to pick. Iceni is a good one. Anyway, next you have the Heroic Nobles and the Heroic Raiders. Basically, that's the foot version of the cavalry version, and as you can see, there's not that much difference. Personally, I would choose the Riders. They do cost more, but they are much more useful. You have 60 of them, and they are less weak than chariots. Chariots are very susceptible to arrows and javelins, not so much to rocks, but they are very breakable, just like in the vanilla game, but they are incredibly more deadly. Sadly, they don't cause fear anymore, and you can only have 4 per army, but anyway. Next, you have melee and spear infantry. Personally, I keep a reserve of spears. Your spear bands are pretty cool. You have your chosen spear band, which is pretty average, it's not incredible, but they can do a spear wall. You have your levy freemen, which are rubbish, and your spear band, which are pretty, average. They're not incredible, but it's always good to have them. So I'm going to have 4 units of those, because they form the main half of your line to keep either the enemy hoplites or the enemy swords in place, whilst your good units, either your painted ones, your ambushers, your chosen swordband, druidic, or your swordband, all those really need to be there. Now, ambushers are pretty damn amazing. They've also got this rule called resistant to cold and stalk, which is unit can move hidden in any terrain. Such a great. Oh, they're amazing. I don't know if you're capped. I don't think you are. You're not capped, which is good. They also have frenzy, which causes basically increases charge damage and weapon damage, basically war cry, and have guerrilla deployment, which means they don't deploy in your deployment zone. These things are OP as hell. They don't even cost an incredible loads. They are so good. But for this, what we're going to do. I think these have encourage, yeah, and headhunt, which gradually increases the effectiveness of units attack, which is pretty cool. What we're going to do is we're going to have 1 unit of Heroic Nobles, 3 units of those, and a few units of those. There we go. So that's our melee infantry. We have quite a few ambushers, but ambushers are so good. Really good. I just love them so much. Don't really have much in the way of missile infantry. If we just look damage and stuff, I would probably go for skirmishers. Let's have 3 of those. Right, next you have Chariot and Malik cav. Personally, I go for chariots. I'm going to go there. I'm not going to have any melee cav in my things, because I want to use these chariots to the best effect. It's it's a new kind of army, but hell, it's one that hits really hard and really, like, no one expects it, because you've got so many ambushers. These things are just oh, they're so good. It's just, alright, during my Battlefield Tactics video, you were just going to see how amazing these are. I've used them once, and I was just so happy with the results. It was great. So, next we do have a bit of coin left over, so we are going to upgrade our skirmishers. Pretty heftily, actually. There we go. Let's see if we can... No, we can't. We can upgrade any of these things. Not really. Holy crap, not really. Yeah, not really. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No upgrades. Right, and I shall see you on the battle map to show you a setup. Okay guys, this is my setup, as you call it. Generic starting line for all my armies. Skirmishers in front, battle line. I put my spears in the middle to take on the heavy, well, the infantry in the middle, definitely, and the strong swords on the side. I've put my heroic nobles on my right, their left, just because, you know, it's either one side or the other, really. Basically, the plan is they're going to crush the lines. These sides will be the ones to finish and be able to curl up. If you put your men in the middle, then it'll be the flanks, and you'll have two flanks just, you know, just there. You'll have nothing in the middle. It's easier to roll it into the flank, which means that all your cavalry can focus in the middle on one side in one huge massive charge, rather than having several charges going on in the flanks. That's why I have it like this. I know a lot of people, well, a few people were asking. General in the middle, and 2 units of chariots on the side. And where have I put my ambushers? Well, because they go anywhere within this white line here, I put them here, behind the enemy lines. And they're hidden because they can hide anywhere. So, yeah. This is why these things are slightly overpowered, in my opinion. Obviously, on a more what's it called, foresty map, if there's a big forest here, you are just going to just have the best day ever. But those things, look at their stats. They have an averagely okay melee attack. Their weapon damage is huge. Charge bonus is okay, but their swords, of course, their charge bonus is like pretty shoddy. But oh my god, the issue is morale. Just, you know, that's why you have frenzy. Really, frenzy increases their morale, I think. No weapon damage and charge damage. Okay, never mind. Given frenzy, charge the rear. Their generals probably the rear. Field artillery. You are just going to have the biggest fun in these things, and that's why Iceni is one of my favourite factions for multiplayer right now. They're so good. Anyway, thanks for watching this part, guys, and the next time I'll see you for my first Battlefield Tactics video. Thanks for watching, and ta-ra.